All right, we're back again with another episode of Roofer Reflections. I'm really happy to have Breanna here. Breanna, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a bit about your background.
So my background originally, whenever I graduated, I wanted to do nursing. I actually wanted to be a doctor, but I went into the medical field, stayed there until 2020. So I graduated in 2014, stayed in medical till 2020. COVID obviously happened, burnout happened. It was a hard industry to be in at the time. And found myself thinking like, this is not what I want to do forever.
What was going through your mind as you were trying to figure out how to pivot?
So I think at that point I had already come to the conclusion like, hey, I love caring for others, but I don't feel like this is my calling any longer. So I had already started researching what I could do. And, honestly, our medical professionals are not paid as well as most would think they are. And so I was like, okay, I need something that is a higher pay scale, something to where if I'm going to have a family, I can, have a little bit more flexibility in my schedule. And obviously something I love. So just like looking back on that, I think for me, it was like, okay, I have to get out. Where am I going to pivot to in the meantime?
What did you originally run across?
So originally I was like, I'm just going to see what my credits align with and how I can graduate fastest. So I ended up going back to college and I got my bachelor's degree in business law with a minor in finance and accounting because I've always loved numbers. And then right after I graduated, my husband was a project manager for a commercial roofing company. And they had a billing position open up. And I was like, I don't think I really want to do that. But I was willing to try. So I took that position and just grew my career through there. So that's how I got into the field. That's how I started.
How long has it been since when you started?
I believe I took the role, don't quote me on this, but if I'm calculating correct, 2021, August 15th, 2021. It's been a little while. I started in like doing billing and admin work. And then I found out we were expecting my son. I was working an hour and 20 minutes from home. So we kind of had to retransition that a little bit. And then I got a role after my son was born with my current company and have really grown and exploded in the industry from there.
Before you got into roofing, you had certain ideas maybe about the roofing industry. And then once you got in, what did you learn?
Yeah, so I actually had the opportunity to go with my husband to a job in Maryland. And I always heard him talking or whatever, but I don't know why I was so drawn to it. But I was like, I want to know more. Like, how does a roof go on? What do you do? Like, the job we got to do was actually on the Potomac River, I believe that's how it said. And it was historic fact, just beautiful shingle work. Like, oh my gosh, the most beautiful job I've ever been on in my life. And I think just seeing that and then seeing how they were bringing this building back to life, literally just by covering the roof, was like, yeah, I want to get in on this. I want to know how to do this more.
From the numbers side of things, originally admin side, you're business development, which means you're out and about more.
Yes, I am always out. My husband gives me a hard time. He's like, it's springtime. It's time to not see you again. But yeah, I am a social butterfly. So whenever I took my new estimator role at my new company, they were kind of doing like mass bidding. They had some really good accounts, but as far as getting new GCs or working with new GCs, it was kind of like, okay, if we're lowest number, we win. And I came in and I was like, I'm a social butterfly. I love numbers, but I want to like interact with people more. And they have been a blessing to me since day one. And they just pretty much said, do what you want to do. Like, show us what you got. And I ran with it. And I guess a year and a half in, they were like, okay, can you do like a dual role? And I was like, we'll give it a try. And then business development took off so much that I pretty much just do that full time now.
Do you have any advice for people that are just starting out or looking at roofing as a career? Like, what sort of things have you learned that you can pass on?
100%. So I had a wonderful childhood. However, I didn't come from wealth and, we had a very loving family, but, we had what we needed. I think that mixed in with being a woman in the industry, it pulls on my heart a little bit. So I love educating and going to colleges and high schools and talking to the students. And I did this last week. And one of the things that the girl asked me was, if I wanted to get into commercial roofing, how do you recommend I go about it? I said, well, there's a couple ways you could do this. You could go to a 4-year university and you can get in construction management. And then you can do an internship and you can go on and you can learn about it that way. I said, or if college isn't what you're wanting to do, just go take the leap of faith and take the role starting. Show them what you've got and work your way up, because I feel that I have gained a lot of respect within the industry from working my way up and asking questions and learning. I was on a roof the other day and I've been doing this a couple years, and I cored the roof and I was like, what is that? I've never seen that on a roof before. So I'm like calling the owner of the company and FaceTiming him, and he's like, oh, that's, whatever. I don't even remember what it was at this point. He was like, you won't hardly ever see that again. But it was a learning curve, and just ask the questions, because even if you don't know, they want you to know. And just show them what you got. For me, I do a lot of outing events. So I'm a part of Women in Construction. I'm a part of Women in Roofing. I'm part of ABC Carolina. So just getting out there and getting involved. And I think if this is a career path that you're looking to do, find a mentor. I love mentoring. I love answering questions. I have mentors myself, but my biggest piece of advice is never burn a bridge, because you never know where it's going to come back to. I mean, even at trade shows, somebody can walk up to me and they can be in banking, and I'm like, obviously I'm not interested in anything in that role, but you never know where that's going to lead you. They may have a commercial building that you don't know about that they need re-roofed in 3 years. So just make those connections, build from it, be yourself, always be yourself, and ask questions as you go.